I'm now going to be discussing how Web 2.0 can be used outside of the classroom. So there's a variety of different ways in which Web 2.0 is being used outside of the classroom. One of the main ways is social media, which is where students will be able to use this to be able to communicate with their peers, share private information, and even create their own content in a sense. And students commonly use apps such as Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. These are really great tools to be able to discuss with your friends and talk to them. However, students also need to be aware that there are negative connotations, such as the exposure to cyberbullying and real-life bullying due to the online content, as well as stranger danger and other online threats. Be able to understand how many young users are using social media. Recent results suggest that 73% of teens and children who are using the internet are also using social networking sites, which is really important to know, and that students are being exposed to this type of content. There's also streaming services, which is a way where students are able to watch TV shows, movies, videos, podcasts, music through a variety of apps and networks such as YouTube, Netflix, and Spotify. Now, although these platforms are mostly for entertainment purposes, they can be used for creativity purposes, and people are allowed to create their own content, which can be a fantastic way to have some fun and also create some revenue. An example here is Ryan's World, which is a YouTube channel that currently has 24.9 million subscribers due to the fact that he's just a young child who was reviewing toys and played with toys and discussed how they were. This has now turned to a multi-million-dollar industry where he now makes his own toys, makes educational videos, as well as has his own TV show, which I think is fantastic. However, this example here is also discussing the negative connotations, and this is my personal experience. I actually worked at a school where there was a student that was making YouTube videos, and he was making some inappropriate and absurd content to do so to gain followers as well as to look cooler in front of his peers. However, this actually had an opposite effect where he got severely cyberbullied and bullied in real life to the extent where he actually had to leave the school because he just couldn't deal with it all. So I think young users really need to make sure that when they're using these platforms, they're really safe and just be cautious about these things. As well as you can be used for gaming, which is just for entertainment. However, you can actually now interact with other users on this. There are many positives and weaknesses for young Web 2.0 users, and I think some of the ones addressed here, such as you're able to access information from experts, you're increasing your social interaction, you have the ability to create and express, as well as just for entertainment and fun. However, there are negatives depending on how you use it, such as the online and offline hate this student received earlier, exposure to threats, repercussions in real life long term, such as job opportunities, as well as the exposure of your private information. To conclude, I think it's really important for 21st century digital learners to really understand about how these Web 2.0 application and technologies work, as they have changed really our societies and changed the way we function, So we can't remove these Web 2.0 based applications from our society. It's the new world. This is how we live. But I think what we can do as teachers is really to try to teach them how to use these applications properly. And I think this quote here is a fantastic one. It says, by making your online presence as positive and as strong as you are in the real world, you are more than prepared to face every career opportunity. And I think this is pretty much saying, we have to use these applications, and we should be using these applications. They're fantastic and they're a great resource. However, it really depends on how we use them, which can have a positive or negative effect. So if we use them inappropriately and misbehave with them, then there's going to be negative connotations. So we as teachers really need to ensure for young users that we're teaching them what these platforms are, how to use them inside and outside of the classroom. And here is our bibliography. Thank you.